Y'all, welcome back to another exciting episode of Steelhead Fishing on the Deschutes River. We're going to start out by putting out a side planer, you guys. Today, we might put out jig and bobber or something else. For today, we're starting out with the old side planer. Seven pulls. Set your little thing spring there, and then go like that. 2, 3 around that there nub there, and you're ready to go fishing. Then you just set it in the water, and the water does the rest. You ain't even got to cast it. Time to hook up a fish and hopefully a nice one. I hope, you guys. Using the old Ambassador. This thing's so old, it makes my chillins look young. 20-something years I've had this here reel, and it's still catching fish. Them Ambassadors like that, they are built. What up, fat cat? How you doing? Glad you could join us this morning. Oh, it's a stormy day today. I don't know how we're gonna do, but it's a stormy day. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a go. Said we'd be steelhead fishing today, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna see if we can't pick one up. Gonna do some talking to you guys, because the side planing gig is a little bit different gig than what I normally do. I can actually be way up there on the bank fishing. Don't have to be down here. I walk up and down, fish this side of the river, that side of the river. I ain't even got to take it out to cast it out. I just put it in, do this thing until I get a bite, or I get a weed on there. And then I have to pull it all the way back in, 300 yards worth of line out there. And then I reset it out and do it again. But hopefully when we bring it in, we're bringing in a fish instead of weeds, you know. The wife says, be careful. It's wet out there. It's slick out there. Don't need you falling in and cracking your noggin. She says, no accidents on the river. And I'm like, yeah, I'll try not to have any accidents. Dreams, what's up? How you doing? Y'all hit that like, comment, subscribe, and share. We're trying to get to 2,000 subs by the end of the year, you guys. Make sure you sub. I'm doing well. Always doing well. Even if I'm having a bad day, I'm still doing well. As long as I'm above ground, the good Lord gave me another day, I am doing well. Trust me, there are days where I'm mad and I'm steaming like a hornet and I'm cussing because I'm having a bad day. But it's still not a bad day because I'm above ground. Still a good day. So yeah, now we're just gonna put out this here fancy dancy little side planer dealie, my Bob. And hopefully we're gonna hook up on a nice steelhead for you guys. Be nice to get another one hooked up. It's been a minute since I had a legit hookup on a steelhead. I mean, I've had some bumps and stuff, but you know, I hooked up on that one fish on Tuesday, but it wasn't on long enough for y'all to even get a look at it. So, like I said, a legit bump. So anywho, you see that little pinkish orange thing down there? What up, Bradley Robertson? See that little pinkish orange thing out there? That's what I'm using out there today. So we're gonna try to put a hammer down on a nice fish, you guys. And actually kind of seen the wakes from it too. This is just a unique way of fishing for a steelhead, putting out a side planer like this, because literally you ain't even gotta be standing on the bank. You can be way up top there by your car or whatever you want to when you're doing that kind of fishing. Thanks for subbing, you guys. Hopefully we're gonna hook up a beautiful steelhead today. We got Alex coming down, Bella coming down. Stay Fishy Redmond, Oregon, I think is gonna be down here. You guys. Alex keeps saying he's gonna take over the channel, and because he's retired and can fish more than I can. He keeps saying he's gonna take over the channel. And grow it a lot more, and then he's going to give me royalties. So I can't wait for him to start taking over the channel and giving me some royalties. Yeah, anytime. That's true. That's so true. Anytime. Masker, what's up? How you doing? Glad you guys could join us today. Beautiful day to be steelhead fishing on the Deschutes River, y'all. Hey, how's it going? I don't know how to say your name, bruh. Hi, mate. That must mean you're from Australia or someplace like that. Boy, there's some fish rolling this morning. These clouds they always tend to get these steelhead moving. When it's cold and it's cloudy and miserable, that's when you want to be steelhead fishing at its finest, you guys. But even if we're not catching fish, you guys got a really beautiful view looking at that river right there. Morning, David. What's up? Thanks, I appreciate that. We do have a nice view, that's for sure. Well, how's it going there, sir?
I saw you. Good spot, bad spot.
How you doing?
Good, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing well. Live streaming right now.
Good.
Trying to catch a steelhead. I bumped a few of them this year. I ain't landed one yet, though.
Had one tear my bead up.
Nice.
Had this down here in Mecca.
Oh, yeah? Did they legalize plastics on here, soft plastics on the river?
Yeah.
When did they do that?
They've always on the beads. They've always let them.
Every game warden I ever talked to said, soft plastics can't use.
There's all kinds of people that do.
Oh, I know. A lot of people use them. I know a lot of people use them, but they always told me, and even you used to be in the regulation books, you can't use any soft plastics. But, yeah. But now even in the regulations don't say anything about soft plastics.
That's all you got to go on.
So I'm thinking about picking me up some of them big beads like what you got, trying them out.
I don't know if they help any or not.
Well, it's probably tastes better to them than something that's hard.
I've always been told to hold on to it longer.
Yeah, exactly.
How far behind that do you have your lure?
Oh, let's see, I go 7 pulls at about 2.5 foot per pool, so that puts it at about 23 feet behind it, something like that. So quite a ways behind it.
Yeah, I usually go about 20.
Yeah.
Hey, well, I had to stop to say hi.
Yeah, hey. Can't complain there.
Worst things you could be doing.
Exactly. Worst things like working. Of course, I am working. I'm YouTubing. What up, Stay Fishy? Have a good one, man. Be safe. Are you coming down yet or what, Stay Fishy? Get down here and catch a fish, Fishy. Stay Fishy, Oregon. Redmond, Oregon. Ah. Just had somebody stop by and was talking to me. So that's why I was talking. I wasn't paying too much attention to y'all. I was talking to a fan. So you said you'd be down on Thursday. That's why I'm fishing today. Must be the weather keeping you from coming out today, huh? Because you was all ready to come down here all the way till you probably seen the weather report today, huh, Fishy? I understand how that gets. You know, you get busy and can't make it. I completely understand that. That's the way it goes sometimes. I wonder if Alex and Bella's going to show up today. I ain't texted them or nothing, but I wonder if they're going to show up. Even if not, I'm going to fish like crazy. I'm going to get that first, well, I'm going to land that first one today. I've hooked a few of them, but I ain't landed none yet. Oh, the honeydew list, huh? Honeydew this, honeydew that list, huh? Yep. I understand that list. And when she says honeydew this and honeydew that, you better get her done. That's for sure. Yeah. So this morning I just thought I'd start out doing something different instead of doing what I've been doing, which is throwing everything else other than the side planer out there. But I figured why not? Give her a go. What's the worst that could happen? We not get bit? I mean, that's fishing for you. Sometimes you're going to get bit, sometimes you're not. Thing is, I might have too small of a hook on this setup. Because I am running a fairly decent sized plug behind that side planer. Who knows? We'll find out when we start missing fish or landing fish, one of the two. Boy, that highway is always busy, I'm telling you. Always busy. It's starting to work properly again. There for a second it was acting kind of weird. Yeah, it's still acting kind of weird. We might have to walk down this way and go reset her up. Yeah, we might have to go down there and get her re-rigged up, reset up. Might have a weed on there or something. Might not. All I know is if there's a weed on there, it don't work right. Let's go down here and see if we can get this thing figured out. Well, just about slipped and fell and cracked my noggin coming down the bank. It is slick out here, a little wet. We're gonna leave you guys up here and we're gonna go down there and take care of that, whatever the issue is. We'll try to figure out what the issue is, you guys. See what's going on. See, it's under right now, but it's not it's not doing nothing, so. All right, we're gonna be right back. You guys should be able to see us from up here, as long as you guys don't fall over. All right, you guys, we're back out there. We did have a weed on there. Kind of hard to stay under when you got a weed on. For whatever reason, them plugs you run behind them don't seem to like to work properly if you got a weed on them. So I don't blame them. It might keep you from getting bit. So who knows? All I know is every time I've ever pulled one in with a fish in the mouth, it ain't never had no weeds on there. So let's go, you guys. Let's go. Something happened there with my stuff. For whatever reason, it went from being you guys to being taking pictures instead. I don't know why that happened, but it happened. My tripod thing might have hit the button, make it go to that instead. I don't know. All I know is we got a lot of rivers work and a lot of area to cover. And so we're going to go ahead and do as much covering as possible this morning. And hopefully we're going to get destroyed by a steelhead or a trout or something. OKs. No, I've never even heard of that reel. Is it a pretty good reel? Must be if you're asking me. But I've never even heard of that reel. And basically what I'm doing is I'm using a Ambassador reel made by Abbott Garcia. They're from Sweden, and they work really good for what kind of fishing I'm doing right now. I really like using them for even big fish like salmon and catfish and stuff like that. I like them. They're a really nice reel, and plus they hold up to like pike and muskie and stuff like that if you're catching pike or muskie. Even a sturgeon, you'll land a sturgeon, not like a giant sturgeon on it, but you land a sturgeon on there for sure. So. Glad you guys could join us. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and share. Trying to get to 2,000 subscribers before the end of the year. And the only ones that can make that happen is you guys watching. What would really help out is if I hooked a nice 30-inch steelhead right here on this live stream, but I don't know if that's going to happen. It'd be nice if it did, though, for sure. What are you guys thinking? What are you guys thinking? Oh. I look forward to this cold weather fishing every year. It's where the money's at, y'all. Cold weather fishing is money. I usually don't fish the Deschutes unless it's cold. So that's why I'm fishing the Deschutes River, because it's cold out. Not so cold right now that I need a heavy jacket or something, but cold enough for me to put some sleeves on anyways. The wife called me up and says, "Be careful out there, it's storming." I'm like, yeah, it's storming out for sure. But I knew that all week that it was going to storm today. But I still decided I was going fishing instead of staying at home in bed. Come on, fish. Cooperate for these nice folks. They want to see what do you guys look like. Some of them people in the UK probably never seen a steelhead before. Probably a lot of people in the United States have never seen a steelhead before. Let's go, you guys. Let's go. I had been throwing jigs and spoons and spinners and beads and flies today. I'm like, yeah, well, I guess we're gonna try something a little different. A little different. See what happens. What's the fishing like over there in the UK? You guys got the perch and the carp and the zander. Probably some Wells catfish, maybe. Some pike. If I'm not mistaken, you guys got pike, right? How can a person be this far up the bank and still be fishing? It's called side planing at its finest, y'all. It's kind of like worm fishing without the bait. If you're on the river. You guys, for sure. You guys, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and share. This steelhead fishing can be a fish of 1,000 to 10,000 casts, you guys. Not a lot I can do about that. It can be a slow day of fishing for sure. It will test your patience in every way. In every way. Especially when you fish as much as I do. You guys, definitely a beautiful morning, you guys. It's Thursday morning, and I'm glad to be here. Hopefully you guys are glad to be watching this show. I know we are. We've struggled a bit because we've hooked a few steelhead this year, and we've lost every single one of them. But that's fishing sometimes, you know. The law of averages is bound to catch up eventually, and you're bound to land one or two or three or four or five or six. Just depends. You gotta have a lot of line doing this. From here to over there is about 580 feet. So that's almost 2 football fields long. From here to the other side of the river. So it can take a bit of line if you want to fish the other side of the river. I mean, you don't have to fish the other side of the river. You can fish the middle. You can fish this side of the river. I fish it all, though. I try to, anyways. It's a simple and an effective way to catch a steelhead, trout, whatever's. Just don't tell the trout fishermen. They might get a little mad at you for fishing this way for trout. And that's okay. Let them get mad. A little breezy out. It was raining earlier this morning when I got here. So we may switch plugs at some point today. We may not. Got these dark, cloudy days like this. We gotta put everything out there we can. I've hooked some big salmon doing this too. Of course, this time of year you don't want to be messing with them salmon anyways. Been doing this YouTube gig for 6.5 years now. Crazy how time flies. And how much your channel grows in 6 years. 6.5 years. It really is crazy. That all you nice folks want to watch somebody like me chase a little fish with a tail and some scales, and it's kind of crazy. Growing up, never in a million years did I think I'd be creating content for folks. I mean, I wanted to because I seen them fishing channels on TV for sure, but I never thought it'd be a possibility until they came up with this thing called YouTube. I'm telling you, it's a crazy, crazy invention. All thanks to the internet, they were able to create these channels and stuff for you guys. Boy, when it's slow, it's slow. When it's good, it's good. What's going on, Saving Grace? How you doing today? Liked your live stream the other night. I always appreciate it when you guys put out something out. I wish you guys would do more long form though. It's easier for me to watch long form than it is to watch a live stream. I wish more YouTubers would put out more long form. Don't get me wrong, I catch as much of the live streams as I can, but long form, I can actually watch it at my own pace instead of trying to watch in between breaks and stuff at work and stuff like that. Now, when you guys live stream when I'm not at work, then I get to watch more of it, but it's like I don't always have time to watch it when I'm at work, so I'm supposed to be working, not watching a live stream. So, appreciate you guys and what you guys are doing down there. Keep it up. You'll get to 1,000 subscribers. You'll probably get to 2,000 subscribers before I do. I'm almost to 2,000, but it's taking a while to get there. For sure. Oh, man, what a beautiful morning. I can't stress that enough. Fat cat. Yeah. All right, you're gonna be at 1,000 in no time then if you got that many subscribers. Nice. Fishy Things, what's going on, man? How you doing this morning? You guys, make sure you guys go check out Saving Grace and Fishy Things Outdoors. Y'all, go check them out. I like Fishy Things. They do he does the interviews. He interviews other fishing YouTubers, which is a cool thing. I like what he's got going on over there. He does a lot of fishing as well, but he also does some interviewing of other YouTubers, which is a pretty cool thing if you ask me. Oh yeah, I definitely like them long forms because it gives me, then I can watch them at my own pace. Yeah, one of these days I'm gonna have to figure out how to get Fishy Things to interview me on his podcast or whatever he calls it. Just usually when he doesn't know doing those podcast things, I'm usually at work, so it'd have to be like on a Saturday or something, maybe a Sunday. That's really cool of Fishy Things, though. I mean, I don't see too many people doing that, doing interviews on other YouTubers, fishing YouTubers, which is quite fascinating that, you know, people are even able to do that. Like, I've opened up that forum on my channel to where I can do that exact same thing. I haven't figured out how to use it, though. All right, I'll take a look at that Fishy Things. I'll definitely get in there and check that out, Fishy Things, because that would be cool to do a chat thing like that. That's just pretty awesome. On July 6th, nice. Sweet. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go hit you up on that email thing there, Fishy Things, for sure. I've been doing this YouTube thing long enough. I'm ready to be interviewed by somebody. I've interviewed some people while I was fishing a couple times because they wanted to fish with me. You know, I put that out, part of that stuff out on long form. But yeah, that'll be something. That'll be something. But you guys really need to go check out these other YouTubers. They got some good stuff going on. Definitely got some good stuff going on. Surprised me the wife hasn't joined in on the live stream yet. She generally likes to stop in and say hi. She really... I caught that rockfish the other day. I caught that rock cod here on the river the other day, and the wife says, I can't cook that. That won't, no matter how I cook that, it won't taste good. It'll break your teeth too. So that was kind of cool. I actually literally reeled in a rock on live stream, which was crazy. It's not the first time, it won't be the last time I reel in a rock on the river. For whatever reason, these rocks, they're kind of like that, and they're kind of flat and stuff, and once in a while you'll be trying to get unsnagged, and then one of them rocks come up off the bottom and you'll be reeling it in. It's kind of crazy. It really truly is kind of crazy. Fish on. Oh, I missed. No, I missed him. Oh. Ah. Oh, we finally got bit and I missed him. Maybe I didn't let him bite it long enough. Maybe my hook's too small. But now I gotta work my way all the way down here to reset up and get re-put out there. But hey, I got bumped this morning. That's part of the struggle, you know. Is just getting bumped so that you can get bit, you know, so you can actually catch a fish. I'm gonna leave you guys right here. I'm gonna go down there. I'm gonna go get my stuff and put it back out there, you guys. All right, we'll see you in just a minute. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna take a second to show you guys what I'm using real quick. So basically what I got is I got the side planer board here, made for the river, made by Hot Shots. And so yeah, you just put it on your line like that, on your braided line, and you got a barrel swivel, and then you got a fluorocarbon leader or a mono leader. I just happen to have a fluoro today. And then a flatfish or quick fish or big lip or I don't know exactly what they call it. And then you got a sidewalk hook, and that sidewalk hook is why I missed that fish, I think. But I can't prove it because I think that's the fish bump on this lure. So if I miss another fish on this lure, I'm going to go ahead and switch out hooks. But for now, we're going to go ahead and try that hook again. See what happens. Maybe this time we'll get hooked up. If not, then we know we need to switch out the hook. All right, you guys, we're back to fishing. See if we can't get bumped again. It wasn't like a big bump, but it was a bump enough to make me want to set the hook. And when you set the hook on your side planers, what happens is that ring sets, and then your side planer slides down to your to your barrel swivel. One of these times when I got somebody with me or I got my chesty on, I'll show you guys all that process and stuff. Check that out, you guys, a snail. Check it out. There's a second snail right down there. The snails are out this morning. They must like this colder weather. Don't usually see too many of them when it's hot out. All right, let's see if we can't get another bite here. But if we miss another fish, we'll go ahead and switch out that hook. I think it's too small, but I can't guarantee nothing. Didn't take very long to get bumped. That's always a plus. Well, if you get bumped once, you more than likely get bumped twice. So we'll keep grinding it out. That's steelhead fishing in a nutshell. It can be a real grind. A real grind. For sure. Yeah, that's good that we all sub to each other, because we small channels, you know, we have to be sub to each other. That helps each other out, for sure. I didn't grab the chesty today. I only grabbed the tripod and the phone for today. I probably should have grabbed the chesty, but for whatever reason, I decided not to. Right now, I'm right in the middle of the river right now. When I got that bite, I was on the other side. See, like, I like to fish the inside seam and I like to fish the outside seam. So depending on what plug I'm using, some plugs only work on the inside and the outside stream. They are outside seam. Some of the plugs I run won't work in the middle, so they won't even work a quarter of the way out there. So literally, you got to work this side of the river or that side of the river with it, because the current out there gets to be too fast for some of the plugs that I use, and I catch steelhead off of. So I don't always use those plugs because there's fish in the middle too. So we want to be trying to hit those fish, and by having a better a plug that stays under better, can take a lot more current, like what I'm doing now. I can effectively fish more water. But if you get a weed on there, it's going to come up to the top. And I think I got another weed on there again. So I'm going to have to go back down there and reel it in and re-put it back out there. Because it won't stay under. And that is part of the problem when you're side planing, is it takes a lot of time sometimes to get things going and keep them going. And so if you're picking up debris and stuff on your plugs and stuff, it makes it very, very hard sometimes. And this time we might actually take time to get the camera set up properly, or the tripod set up properly, so I can show you everything that I'm doing. Yeah, I just don't want to go back down. So we'll see what happens by trying to get it all re-rigged up to where we can show you guys. That's part of the problem when using a tripod and trying to get things set up and doing this, because it takes time to get your tripod into areas and locations to where you can properly film and stuff like that. So angles and different things, and where you guys can hear and everything. So it can be a bit of a struggle, you guys. Definitely can be a bit of a struggle. Reel it in, see if we got a weeds on there or not. And then we'll get her set back out there, and hopefully we don't get another weed on there for a while. Derek, Himmel. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate that. We've already been live streaming for an hour. That's crazy. It don't seem like no hour. Well, it's not quite an hour, but it's getting close to an hour. We've had one bump, which is nice. We need to get a bump and get hooked up. I might actually take the time to maybe switch out the hook, see if I got a bigger hook in my pocket, because I carry all kinds of stuff in my pocket when it comes to fishing. And we might just go ahead and do that. We're almost in, so we're going to stop reeling for now. We're going to walk down here and try and set you guys up where you guys can see what we're doing here. And I like David's comment about the rock cod I caught the other day. He said usually those ones get away. That was pretty funny. And that's true. Those rock cods, they generally to get away, you usually don't land them. They usually take off with your gear. See if that'll stay up there like that. And we'll see if can't. The Deschutes is an absolute beautiful fishery. Absolute beautiful fishery. I tell you what, if you ever get a chance to do it, I highly recommend it. See if I can't get down here to where I can set my tripod up for you guys. See what I'm doing. Deschutes is definitely a beautiful, beautiful place for sure. Good fishing, good scenery. Okay. Let's reel this the rest of the way in and see what's going on here. See, I'm going to sit here on this rock, reel this in, check my pockets, see what kind of. Oh, nice! Right on the Columbia River. You guys got some really good fishing over there on the Columbia River for sure. Columbia River has a lot of good fishing. Sturgeon and catfish and salmon and steelhead and trout. I've caught a couple trout out of the Columbia River. I don't really know that the Columbia River is really known too much for their trout fishery, but it's got some trout fishing in there. Yep. See, I got the weeds on there. That's why when anybody wants some salad, I got some salad. If you guys like some salad, that's why my plug wouldn't stay under because of that there salad. I think I got a bigger hook in my pocket here. I'm gonna see if I do. Oh, yeah, I do. That one's considerably bigger. Huh. We're in luck, you guys. We'll swap out that smaller hook for a bigger hook. See if that increases our chances of hookups. It may not, it may. I'm just gonna say for argument's sake that it will. I know that these plugs, if you don't have the right size hook on them, it can be hard to set the hook of fish on them. And then you got to be careful you don't put a knife in your hand while you're trying to open up that sidewash hook and get that hook off there. There we go. So we got the old one off. We're going to put it, we know that it's a smaller hook, so we're going to put it in there with them. Yeah, it's definitely, I think it's smaller. We'll just take the other one out and compare them side by side, I think. Just for argument's sake, to make sure that it is bigger. It definitely looks bigger. Can't guarantee nothing, though. Oh, yeah, it's definitely bigger. It's not a whole lot bigger, but it's definitely bigger. So that should help us out a little bit with the hookup ratio. It's slightly longer, probably a half an inch longer. And it may help us out a little bit. So we'll put that in there with that bigger sidewash hook. I try to swap out a lot of my treble hooks for sidewash hooks just because it's easier on the fish's mouths. So I try to swap them out. Try to be as easy as possible on the fish. I know they can take a licking and keep on ticking, but if we as fishermen can take better care of the fish, I think we should. So I gotta open up that eye a little more so that it'll fit through the little more. So that it'll fit, so that the hook, it'll fit through the eye of the hook. And you just crimp it closed. And then one thing that can help you out on hookups is if you just offset your hook a little bit. Sometimes that will increase your hookup ratio. It don't mean that it's always going to, but it is off-centered. It's not centered anymore. So sometimes that makes all the difference in hooking up and not hooking up. There we go. All right, we're ready to go fishing again. You guys, hopefully you guys are learning something from me. Hopefully. Skater, what's going on, man? How you doing today? Glad you could join us. I see you on a lot of them other live streams. I think you like them live streams pretty good. Don't you shoot videos too, or live streams? Well, all right. Well, let's point that up here more so you guys can see my face. Or see what I'm doing, one of the two. Basically what I'm going to do, instead of pushing the button in, I'm just going to back off the drag. So, and just pull like that. So basically what we're going to do here is we're going to take and we're going to pull out 7 of them about that long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we're going to set our little side dilly bob here, little spring deal. And we're going to wrap this 3 times around the top, around that peg right there on the top. And we're just going to set it in the water and let it do its thing. And then we're fishing. Not too much to it, just to get it in there and let the river and everything else do its thing. So basically, here we go, you guys. There's my side planer. My plug's yet to make it in the water. Oh, it just made it in the water. So we'll just let that side planer in the current do all the work. We ain't even got to cast it out there. We just got to. And we're fishing. Officially back to fishing. And basically what happens is that the current and the side planer does all the work for you. All you got to do is make sure that that plug stays underneath the water to get bit. So, and then you can work this side of the river, or you can work all the way over on the other side, or you can work the middle. So, it's an effective way to fish, and you can put it in just about any spot you want and just set it there if you think there's a fish there. And let it sit there for hours on end if you want, as long as you don't get a weed on there or a fish on there. You ain't got nothing to worry about. So, there you guys go. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing, you guys. Appreciate it. Boy, I can remember when this channel was fresh and new and my kids were fishing with me all the time. Now they're all grown up and having babies and everything else. And now they ain't got no time for dad. Boy, they were on a lot of my adventures with me. Whether it was sturgeon fishing, cat fishing, crappie fishing, trout fishing. If I was fishing, they was there. And then they grow up, start having kids of their own, and that ain't as important. Family, their kids and their boyfriends or whatever are more important than their dad is. So, of course, anybody who's had kids, they know that. So, they were. I wish they were still here, though. I wish they were still fishing with me and spending time with me. I mean, they still spend a little bit of time with me, but not nearly enough. Oh yeah. Let's get another bump, y'all. Another bump. It's crazy to think that them snails are out here. Them snails are out here when it's cold instead of out here. I mean, I know they don't necessarily like it when it's hot, but somebody they would be out more when it's like, well, yeah, I guess because it's kind of damp. That's why they're out probably. If it ain't damp, you generally don't find slugs. I don't think you generally find slugs if it ain't damp. Yeah, I got this nice new shirt. I got it at Sportsman's Warehouse. It was on sale, half off, or 30% off, or something. Thought, well, why not? The coolest thing about the thing is it's got this this thing here. I'm gonna look like a goober or a goof, but I like it. There. That's all I like most about it is this here. Plus the fabric's pretty nice too, I think. So, you know, shout out to Sportsman's for having a sale, you know. Probably could have got it cheaper online, but I ain't gonna complain. I got a red one and I got this one now. Basically what I want is I just want to get some merch made of this kind of material and have my own brand on it. Would be nice. JR Buds is supposed to be some kind of he makes different things, so maybe something where we work something out with JR Buds and start getting some merch out and stuff like that. And I got a local guy I know that does t-shirts and stuff like that, and hats and stuff like that, to where I might work something out with him. But I'm looking for a small time person who wants to make some stuff and make some money doing it, you know. Or I could go with one of those companies where you just send in your ideas and they just make everything and then people order directly from them. That'd probably work out probably too, but then you're not helping the small guys out then you're helping the big guys out if you're doing that. I still want to get some Worm and Bobber Girl stickers. I know she's not fishing with me anymore and stuff, and she's all grown up and got kid and everything, but you know, that Worm and Bobber Girl thing was pretty hot. People like that. You know, and then bug bait, get some bug bait stickers or something like that out there. I think that would be pretty cool. For all of those who remember my kids being on the show, I remember one time at the Deschutes County Expo, Outdoor Expo or whatever it was, being met by somebody hollering at me and getting my attention because they seen the channel and watched it with their kids and stuff like that, and their kids love seeing Worm and Bobber Girl and bug bait on the channel. And so I was hoping to have all that stuff done when they were still fishing with me, but unfortunately, you know, that time gets away from you, and before you know it, they're grown up and on their own. So, but still, I want to get some Worm and Bobber Girl stickers and maybe a hoodie with their logo on it and bug bait. You know, that would be pretty cool. Just a lot of things I still like to get done, even though they're not fishing with me. So, I'd like to get that done and start doing a merch type deal, because I'm not looking to get monetized, and I'm not looking to get sponsors, because monetization means I'm putting commercials in my videos I don't want in my video, and then sponsors mean I'm pushing somebody's product, in which case isn't a bad thing, because like I use Berkeley rods or Akuma rods, or I use Akuma reels, and you know, I use Shimano's, which would be fine because I'm already using all that stuff anyways. But to literally just have to sit out there and just push somebody's product so that I get a commission or whatever be the case, I just don't know that I'm really into that. So, and in which case I may end up doing it someday. Just like the monetization, I may do that someday. Just because when I'm all done putting out content and I'm ready to kick back my boots and not put out content no more, I'll still be making something off of YouTube. So you never know. That might be an option sometime down the road, doing the monetization thing. But for now, it's just like I'm working my butt off, doing a day job and fishing. So I don't really feel like I need the monetization at this point in time. I do want to do the merch thing because then I'm pushing product that is my own. Now, if a rod company or a reel company came up and said, "Hey, we want to make you a signature reel, specifically for a steelhead or whatever," I might take that offer. Just because it would be something that I would approve of. That it would be my product. I'd be pushing my product. Of course, it'd be their name on there as well, but also it'd be pushing something that I believe in. But it would take time and years of trying and experimenting to see if it holds up to my standard. This reel here is over 20 years old and it's still going strong. It's still fishing. That's what I call a good product right there. It's like my Shimanos. I've got one that's 13 years old. I got one that's 12 years old, and they're still going strong. It's what I call a good product. If things are built to last, I'm good with it. I've got Akuma reels I've been using for years as well. Some people would say, "How can you use all that stuff? How can you use all that stuff?" Because it's all got a purpose and a reason. So that's why I use so many things. Like right now, I've got 5 setups in my vehicle. 4 right now. If I wasn't side planing, I'd be using all 4 of those other reels, rod and reels. It's just that I'm side planing right now, and so I'm using the one. To where if I'm doing casting gear like a float and a jig, or a spoon and a spinner, then yeah, I'm going to have all 4 of those other rods out there so I can just swap them out. All rigged with something else, just swapping out instead of just staying with one thing. It's important, in my opinion, to have multiple rods rigged up, all ready to do something different. That way you're not retying all the time. You're not. The only time you should be retying is if you're breaking off. Or you ran through your gauntlet of stuff, you haven't caught nothing, and then it's time to try something else. Then you tie on different things. Being efficient while you're fishing is important. I seen the opportunity to swap out that hook. I had a bigger hook. I felt like it gives me a better opportunity to hook up. So I took the opportunity to, when I reeled in, to swap out that hook and also show you guys what I was doing. This, my friend, makes the morning go round. A nice cup of coffee when you're fishing. When I'm fishing, I'm not drinking a lot. I'm not eating a lot. I'm fishing. But I have it on me just in case. Coffee, Folgers in your cup. Best part of waking up is coffee. And that's not really the best thing about waking up. The best thing about waking up is the good Lord gave me another day. Here, fishy, fishy. Here, fishy, fishy. Come on, fish. I know you're out there. I already had one good bump this morning. I need another one. I need another one. Boy, that traffic is heavy on the Highway 26 for sure. It's like NASCAR, man. NASCAR. Like NASCAR. See, when you hook a fish way up here, you got to run straight down all the slippery rocks and the grass and everything, fall and crack your butt. And hope like heck you don't hurt yourself real bad. Some people would say it's not worth it. Me, I'm like, for a fish, it's totally worth it. Totally worth it. I don't know how many times I've got myself into a predicament hooking a fish. And that's not even fishing from up here. I would say it's worth it. It truly is. Everybody's probably thinking, what's that crazy fool doing? Fishing way up here. There. Now you guys can see my rod. See, if you guys look hard enough, you guys might be able to see my side planer way over there. Way over there. Oh, it just came up. Yep, see? Barely see it, but you can see it. See how far it is over there? There it is. Side planer doing its thing. Basically what happens is when you get a bite, it acts like a float. Okay? But until you get a bite, it acts like a boat. You know? With a arm that pulls its way through to the other side of the river or on this side of the river. Because you don't have to work that side of the river to use it. You can work this side of the river as well. And it's so nice. I was about 100 yards down there when I had that first bump. So, see, basically what we're doing is we're walking it. Here, let me do this. Basically what I'm doing is I'm putting it out, I'm walking it down that way on this side of the river. Then I put it out and I work the middle, and then I get it over to the other side, and then I start working that side of the river as I walk up that way. I know there's a tree there, I know. But basically what happens is I have to walk down there, go through there, walk back up, and then come back up and keep fishing. So that's basically it for the how that works for working both sides of the river. So, and it still should be seeing the side planer thing, Bob. Whoop, whoop. It's there someplace. Oh, there it is. Found it. So yeah, you can work it pretty far out there. People on boats use these things all the time, it seems like. For fishing for stripers, and I really don't know what else other than stripers. So they might use them for salmon fishing for all I know. I don't know. I know I've caught a few salmon on it here on the river. So it's kind of a cool thing. Well, we're going to go ahead and walk our way down. I'm going to zoom back this way. Zoom back this way. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk down this way. It's going to be a real predicament carrying this tripod and rod if I get a bite and stuff, trying to come down here showing you guys the terrain that I'm walking down. There's the trail right there. But if I get a bite while I'm doing this, it could be a bit of a predicament, you guys. It really could be. So basically what we're gonna do is we're just gonna walk this way. Walk this way, walk this way, a dog this way, walk this way, a dog this way. And then we're gonna stop right here. Just for a couple minutes anyways. Let it do its thing bouncing right there. You guys may not be able to see it. It's pointed right at the side plane, but I did zoom you guys back further away from it so you guys can't see it as well. But basically we're gonna stop here for a moment, and then we're gonna go back up, and then we're gonna stop up there. See, and that's how we're working. See, that's how we're working outside of the river and working up, because we're walking up, so that way we can work that side of the river as we move further upstream. See, and then we walk downstream, we're gonna reel it into the middle, and then we're gonna walk it down the middle when we decide to go back down, and then we'll let it back out, and we'll try closer this way but further out, and then we'll just keep working until we've covered the whole stretch of river, to give ourselves the best opportunity to get whacked. I like being whacked by a fish. It's fun. I don't like it when they whack me and steal my gear, but if they whack me and I land on them, it's a great thing. It really, truly is. So it is what it is. There we go. We gave it our momento. Now we can start working our way back up the bank. Keep working ourselves back up. And then about that time, that's when you get whacked and you're like, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. You guys. I'm having fun explaining this stuff. Enjoying my morning, you know. Had one really decent bump. I'm not going to say it was a great bump, but had a decent bump, so that's always a plus. And there we are, back up on top. Woo. All right. Whoever invented this side planer gig truly was a genius. Truly was a genius. Big old truck with hay on it, going by. Ugh. What am I using? I'm using a side planer with the quick fish on there, a big lip, or I forget the name of the plug, but I always guess around about the name because I can't ever remember it. And by this time I've already thrown away the package, so that's not going to help me out none. And basically what I'm using is a black one with silver flakes and a red butt on it. Kind of like a Michael Jackson, but made by a different company. You're welcome. I appreciate your comments, y'all. Keep those comments rolling. I'm not a very patient fisherman. That's why doing the side planing thing works out for me, because I can keep moving and doing whatever it is I'm doing and keep right on fishing. Well, my bug just came up on top of the water. My plug must have picked up a weed or something for a second. Um, I was thinking of something, but I don't recall what it was. Anyways, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Trying to get to 2,000 subs this year. We're almost there. We're almost there. Gotta get there. Gotta get there. I thought Alex and Bella was going to be here at some point today, but maybe they decided not to come because of the weather. It's supposed to rain most of the day. It's supposed to be nasty most of the day, but I don't mind. That's one thing about me is I'm a content creator. I make YouTube videos, and I do live streams, and I do short form, long form. So I have to create content. So no matter what the weather is doing, I'm still fishing. Some fishermen won't do that. Some fishermen will. I'm just one of those fishermen who loves to do what I do, create content, catch fish, and share my day with you guys. So I'm going to continue to do those things as long as I'm able to, you know. As long as I don't get sick or I can't walk or whatever be the case, I'm still going to be doing the best I can to create content for you guys. And hopefully you guys appreciate that and you guys like that and you guys will continue to watch and, you know, subscribe and do all that other good stuff that comes with me being a YouTuber and a content creator. Like this time of year, it's a lot of fishing and sometimes not a lot of catching. You know, steelhead fishing is like I always say, it's a fish of 1,000 to 10,000 casts. You know, there's days when you can come out here and hit one right away, and then other days where you're fishing for 3 or 4 days before you get another bump. Oh, fish on! Oh no, I missed another one. No, that's two. That's two I missed. That is crazy. 2 fish. I missed 2 fish today. That's the second one. That's just that's kind of hard. Whoa. That's two fish. I might have to get a bigger hook even yet. All right, let's get this thing reeled in. Get ready to put it back out there, you guys. Oh yeah. That's 2 fish I've missed today. That is insane. That's just frustrating, you guys. That's the second fish I've missed today. All right, well, let's go get put back out. We'll go over here and put out up here. See, that's what I'm using behind the side planer is that little plug right there. It's a beaut. I mean, that hook looks like it's plenty big enough to hook a fish. But for whatever reason, well, the first one I hooked was on first one I missed was on a smaller hook, so I upsized the hook, you guys. So, and then, yeah, I don't quite know or understand why I've missed 2 fish today. But nonetheless, we've had 2 bumps. So, hey, 2 hours of fishing, well, over 2 hours of fishing, had 2 bumps. So there ain't nothing wrong with that, but just missing them is the issue. That's what's causing all the controversy for me, is not catching them. I want to be catching fish, not missing fish. And all I've done this steelhead season is miss fish. I don't know why that is. But we'll get back out there, put that plug back out there, see if we can't hook another one. Or get another bump and actually hook one. But I think if we miss another fish, we'll have to upsize our hook again, because that's the only thing that could be the issue is we're missing them because the hook's too small. These fish have bigger mouths because they're bigger fish. To me, I feel like I got a big enough hook to hook them, but yet I'm not hooking them. So, I know that's very true, Mr. and Mrs. Texas. It can be a frustrating thing for sure. I'm glad you're still with us. But we're going to put it in at the other spot down the way here. I just wanted to get a drink of coffee before we go and put out again. And just in case if we run short on battery, we'll grab our anchor charger. It's really nice, you guys. If you guys ain't tried one of these anchor ones when you're out in the woods or whatever, I think you guys should try it. It's pretty nice. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm not sponsored. I've used it. It's nice. I like it. It's done what I needed it to do, and it's going to do what I needed to do today if I needed to. It just depends on how long I live stream for. That always is what it depends on, is how long I'm going to live stream for. Right now we're at 100% on this. There on the phone we're at about half. So we've been live streaming for I don't know, close to 2 hours probably, an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever's. So I know when I got here this morning, I wasn't in too big of a hurry because I needed to get my side planing rig set up. So because I hadn't taken it out this year, it's one of the rods I hadn't used yet this year, and then my other float rod I haven't used yet this year. I'll get that rigged up for Saturday, because Saturday I'm throwing a kitchen sink at them if I don't go pick up a kayak. And in which case, if I do go pick up a kayak, you guys, I'll take you guys with me. I've been trying to buy a couple kayaks. I only want one kayak, but I've been bidding on 2 of them, trying to get a decent enough price for them. And one guy flipped me off because of the price I offered him for his kayak. So I still have hope for that kayak, because I really want that kayak. But I'll make another offer on it, and maybe I'll make another offer on it, and maybe I'll get it. Maybe I won't. The other one's really in my price range. The other one that I want is really in my price range. It's much more affordable than the other one. But the other one's really, 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 really nice. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's not the worst thing in the world if I don't get a kayak. Although it'd be nice if I got one. I mean, I've already got the one, but it's not like the kayaks I'm trying to buy right now. And the kayak I got right now is really nice. It really is. I really like it. But I kind of need a second kayak for my buddies to go with me. And the second kayak's going to be the motorized kayak. It's going to be a motorized kayak so my buddy can go fishing with me. Because some of my buddies are older. So I want them to not have to work so hard when they're out there fishing and stuff. So part of the thing is I want to get the second kayak so that when my older buddies go fishing with me, you know, they don't have to worry about pedaling or paddling, and they don't have to worry about too much. They'll be able to just get in the kayak, relax for the day, and fish. And that's my purpose of the second one. But I'm also going to get to utilize it too once I do get a second kayak. But the thing is it'll be nice because when I go out kayak fishing and my buddy goes fishing with me, he's just sitting there doing fishing from the shore, which nothing wrong with that. People catch fish from the shore, but it's just nice to, you know, for them to not have to just kind of sit there and say, man, he's out there having fun. I'm out here. I'm sitting right here doing a whole lot of nothing. So, yeah, I want to get the second kayak so my buddies can go out fishing with me. That's all it is. And if I wait a year or two, I might be able to get a different kayak, but who knows? We'll see what happens. You never know. Let's get this thing back out there. Okay, we're going to put the camera right there. Hopefully you guys will be able to see me and hear me. I don't know. Maybe if I do this and do it like this, then I can see what you guys can see. Okay. Yeah, well, there's the rock right there. So yeah, having it up like that would probably work out nicely, I think. Hey, you guys can see me. Can you guys hear me? All right. Let's get this thing in the water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 pulls. And basically what happens is the line's going through here, through this top eye of the side planer, through this eye of the side planer, and then through the bottom eye of the side planer. And you're pulling all that line through. And then you're going to set your spring like that. And then you're going to wrap this 3 times around that knob. And then you're just going to set it in the water and you're fishing. Fishing. Back to it. The grind is back on. The grind is back on. I definitely like the steelhead fishing though. Whether it's jig fishing, spoon fishing, spinner fishing, bead fishing, fly fishing, or side planing. It's just a great way to fish. It's just a great fishery, you guys. So now we get to work our way back up to. I mean, we can work it from down here if we want. We don't have to fish from up there. It's just fishing up there. It's easier to walk down and around the banks, you see. And that's why I do it. It does make it easier. So. A lot of fish in the river right now. Just about finding that right one. And I found two this morning. That's the crazy thing about it is I found two this morning, but I swing and miss on both of them. If I miss another one, I'm going to go see if I can't find a bigger hook in my gear and see if that works. Thing is you don't want to go too big on your hook because then you start hooking them in the eye. You start hooking them too far down into the gills. So that's why you'll see me use the hooks that I use at times, because you don't want to hook them in the gills. You don't want to hook them in the eyeball. The ideal to hook them is right in the snout or in the side of the mouth or in the bottom jaw. But we can't always control where we hook them, especially if you're using a treble hook and you hook them with all three trebles. Ooh, man, really can't control it. See if we can't get a third bump today, and then a fourth, and then a fifth, and then a sixth. Well, hopefully one of these bumps is going to be a keeper steelhead, and then I can run it home, and I'll put it on my card and then run it home and drop it off to the missus, and then she can do whatever it is she's going to do with it. I know I want to make poke with it, with with one of them, because I've never had poke before. I hear it's a really delicious Filipino dish. And I hear it's one of the better ways to eat fish. I don't know, I've never had it before. So my buddy Alex, he's Filipino, and he likes the Filipino food. I don't blame him, it's good stuff. Really good stuff. Surprised me he hadn't made it down here yet today. That was for sure he was coming down. Stay Fishy was supposed to come down, but for whatever reason, his wife had his honey-do list for him, so he didn't come down. So it is what it is. Truly is what it is. Hopefully we're going to get a third bump today and land a fish. I'm hoping. That would be so nice. All right, back up here on level grounds. We can set that down finally. Should be able to see that side planer. Oh, there it is. I wasn't far enough down there. Beautiful morning. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. No, I'm not monetized. I was offered monetization, and they took it away because my views dropped down too low. So, but yeah, at one point I was there, but my views dropped down, and I didn't accept their monetization. What it boils down to, and so because I didn't accept their monetization, once I dropped down below a certain amount of views, they pulled it away from me. So I must have a weed or something on there because it's not staying under again. Maybe I got it off. Maybe I got it off. So yeah, it's kind of like what I keep saying with the with it is I don't want their commercials in my videos. So if I say yes to monetization, they put commercials in my videos. I don't want their commercials in my videos. So that's why when they offered it to me, I did not take it. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to be like that forever. I may decide to eventually do the monetization, but to me, having only my content out is perfect, in my opinion. Instead of having them push whatever it is they want to push, I'm trying to stay away from that, basically, what it boils down to. And I'm only pushing what I want to push. And I'm only pushing G-Man Fishing. I use products and I mention what they are. But I'm not monetized. I don't have sponsors or any of that stuff. Well, something happened there. I got a lot of weeds on there. I'm gonna have to reel in and re-put out. Let's go down there. We'll get reeled in and re-put out there. Got some serious cargo on that side planer right now. Probably a bunch of steelhead. But something ain't right with that. Something ain't right with that. I'm just gonna leave you guys up here for now, and I'm gonna go down there and deal with this, and then I'll be right back, you guys. All right, you guys, we're back to fishing. Just had a weed on the side planer and the plug, so sorry. I forgot to put you guys on me. Oh well, that's the way it goes sometimes. I'm not always the smartest multitasker, I guess. Not always the smartest multitasker. Yeah. When you think you got it right, got it all right, and then you don't. Imagine that. Okay, back to fishing, you guys. Ah, beautiful, beautiful morning, you guys. Beautiful morning. Now we're going to work this side of the river down to the tree because we haven't worked this stretch yet close in. And then we're going to work it out there in the middle a little bit and work it back on the other side where we got the first two bumps. And then we're going to work it the rest of the way up that side because we never got to finish our work working it up. And then we'll work it back down to the middle, you guys. And I don't sit in one spot for too awfully long usually. That's not one of my strong suits. I've seen people sit out there in one spot for hours on end. Not my strong suit. I'm keeping it moving. I'm working the water as much as possible and a lot. So. Third bump is the charm. I hope so. Blue Wolf, I hope so. If it ain't, then I'm going to have to change hooks again to a bigger hook. Because I think that's why I'm missing them. Or they could be hitting the front of the plug and that's why I'm missing them. But I would like to think that it's just because of tactical errors that just need to be fixed, you know? Stay fishy. I bumped 2 fish this morning, but I ain't landing nothing. Working on the third bump right now. Once I get that third bump, I'll be taking a steelhead home. That could very well be it too, because I'm only running one hook on the plug, and that's only for obvious reasons, because I don't want to get hung up and stuff, and I don't want to mess up the mouth of the fish either. So that's why I'm only using one hook. That very well could be it, Blue. They're bumping the side of the plug. I never did think about that, but yeah, you very well could be right. Maybe they need to invent a plug with a side hook so that when they bump the side, you don't miss them. There's so many scenarios that go into fishing that could be a possibility, you know? And hitting it sideways is one of those ones I've never even thought of. I've never once thought about maybe they're hitting the side of the plug. So that's interesting because that very well could be the issue. They're hitting the side of the plug. Today I just decided to take out the side planer and put it out there and work that for a while. And so far it's paid off. And there's a fish sitting right in front of that big rock I always tell you guys about every time I come down here. But for whatever reason, most of the time you guys can't see it. And it really is just because, you know, I don't have like a polarized lens or something for my camera. Because he's sitting right there, nice, beautiful 22-inch steelhead. Right there in front of that rock. Alex comes down here and I point out all these fish to him. He's like, where? I can't see them. I can't see them. And you kind of got to train your eyes to see things like that. And once you get your eyes trained to see stuff like that, then you know. And I did put my side planing plug right in front of that rock where that fish is. He just didn't want nothing to do with it. I can actually kind of see a brown kind of spot in front of the rock. Doesn't mean you guys can see it that well either, though. But he or she is sitting there just as big as they please, saying, "Dan, dan, 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 you can't catch me, you can't catch me." And you know, maybe they're right for the day. Maybe they're right. See right there, it seemed like. Maybe not. I wish you guys could see what I'm seeing though, because I can see that fish plain as day right here. Plain as day. I need to maybe invest in some dark lenses for my phone, just for that that scenario right there where I'm seeing a fish and nobody else is. I mean, he's just right there, just as beautiful as can be. Sticking his tongue out at us, saying, G-Man's live stream, no fish. Don't worry, I'm going to get you, you little punk. Rub it in all you want. If there's one thing that I have on my side, it's determination. Does it not look determined to catch that fish right there? You can only see the reflection. Darn it. Man, it's a beautiful fish. One of these days, I'm going to get one of them long camera sticks. They call them a selfie stick. And I'm going to put one of my GoPros on the end. And that way, I can put the GoPro actually in the water. And then, hopefully, you guys will be able to see it better because it'll actually be in the water. Just hopefully I don't lose a GoPro in the bottom of the river. But that would be cool to be able to do that for you guys. I didn't bring the chesty today. I probably should have, but I didn't. I probably should have, but I didn't. There's the trusty side planer. Right out there. I'm working this side of the river right now. Eventually I'm going to start letting it out towards the middle, but I want to finish working down to the tree first. The tree is right there. And then I'm going to start working it further out there. But first I want to work this side, because I know there's at least one fish sitting over here. Even if it's not biting right now. I know there's at least one fish over here. And I know there's at least two fish on the other side because I had two bumps already. So. See, I'm just getting ready to lift my line up over that over that branch right there, that tree, a little tree or whatever, so I can continue fishing. Right, all right. Got it over the branches and stuff. Still fishing. Still fishing. See, once we get to that spot right there where that big rock is, we're gonna start letting out more line. Which is like, just like 30 feet away or something like that. Dakota Durbin, how's it going? Yep, I'm fishing towards near Warm Springs. Sure am. I usually don't go down towards Moppin too much. Not like I used to, anyways. I used to go down there a lot, but I just don't go down there much anymore. I like fishing up here close to home. And Moppin's not really that far from home, but I really like fishing close to home, so a lot of times, I'll just stay close to home. Trying to get it all set up. Now I'm going to start letting out line because I'm at that big rock. Jarus, finally a channel fishing for cold water species. Nice, thank you, I appreciate it. I'm having a great day, for sure, for sure. A couple times, nice. Yeah, I mean, steelhead fishing. I've been fishing since about a month now. I've been fishing now. I've been fishing. I bumped a couple, but I haven't landed any. I've had 2 bumps this morning. The funny thing is though, the first day I went steelhead fishing this year, I had 1 bump and I took a steelhead home. Now, to be clear on that, I did not catch the steelhead, but I brought the steelhead home. I did have 1 bump. I did not catch the fish, but I took a fish home. If that makes any sense. So, sometimes you get a bump and you don't catch them, but you still take a fish home. So I just wanted to clarify that for you guys. I have taken a steelhead home this year. I did not catch it though. I did have a bump that day, but I did not catch it. Alex had 4 bumps that day, and he landed a 16-inch rainbow. Yeah, winter steelhead is fun. Well, we call this summer steelhead for whatever reason, even though it's fall time and we're catching them. If you want a cold water YouTube channel to watch, you should watch the Addicted Boys here in the Pacific Northwest. If you want a cold water fishing channel, those Addicted Boys, they I don't think that they do much live streaming though while they're fishing, but I try to do as much as I can, help you guys out. You guys see my side planer out there? It's kind of chilling out there. I'm letting out line, so it's going out there slowly, but it's really kind of just chilling. A lot of times running across the middle like that, you'll get a bump. And you might ask why I'm so far up off the riverbank, because I'm using the side planer, and the side planer allows me to fish from up here. They say to get over to the other side, it's easier to get over to the other side planing when you're up higher. But I don't know. I mean, I've been doing this for 20 some years, and I mean, I've worked it to the other side from down below, but it's easier to walk around up here for covering more water. So to me, it works out better walking up here than it does walking down there. I don't know. What time would I say is for steelhead? Well, that's a good question. But let's see, let's get this thing turned around here. But it depends on what type of steelhead you're fishing for, because you got your winter steelhead, which is after the first of the year. You got your summer steelhead, which is now. So, and different bodies of waters have steelhead in them all year round. So, I mean, I think that really depends on where you're at in the country. Like if you're in my area, okay, that made no sense. Okay, honking. Come on, start counting. All right, we're back. Okay, basically what happened was that phone call just kind of froze up my phone a little bit. So now that it's counting and stuff, I can talk again. So anyhow, what it boils down to with the steelhead fishing, I feel like October through December is prime. I feel like it's prime. October through December is always prime for steelheading in my area, for the summer steelhead that we got running up here on the Deschutes. But you can get into them earlier. You can get into the steelhead earlier on the Deschutes if you fish like the mouth, or if you fish Shears Falls. Like the mouth, I've never had any luck fishing for steelhead there. I haven't spent a lot of time fishing there either though. But I have had luck catching steelhead at Shears Falls in July and August. So it depends on the time of year and what part of the river you're fishing for my body of water. But like winter steelhead, after the first year, you go to the coast. Most of the coastal rivers are steelhead fisheries during that time. So, and like the California runs, I don't know when they're happening down there. So, and the Washington runs, I don't know when they're happening there, or the Idaho runs, which those are all places I know get steelhead runs. But for me, I don't know them personally. But for Oregon, I've chased the winter steelhead in January, February, and March. And I've yet to catch a winter steelhead on the coast. Not to say they weren't there, but I've yet to have any luck. But yeah, every river is different for sure. But as far as for the Deschutes, like the mouth has a run really early in the year. I don't know. I've never had any luck fishing for them, but they have it really early in the year. Shears Falls, money during July and August. It doesn't mean you're going to catch a lot of them, but you can catch them in July and August and in September down there. Now, Maupin, which is above Shears Falls, but still it's the Shears Falls area, you can get them right now. And then through till the end of the year, you can get them. And so, like, my stretch, usually we start catching them in September. September is usually a pretty good time to start catching them. Middle to late September is a good time to start catching steelhead in my area. And then it goes till the end of the year. And then, after the first of the year, you can catch them back down at Shears Falls before they head back to the ocean. So, because the Maupin area is open after the first of the year yet, so you can chase them from the Maupin area down to the mouth, all the way to the mouth of the river. So, before they get back to the ocean. So, we have quite the adverse times to definitely catch the fish on the Deschutes River. Oh, nice. Alaska, I definitely want to do some Alaska fishing eventually. But for right now, it's just a dream. I'm just kind of a broke YouTuber, you know. Right now, all these dreams are just dreams because I'm a broke YouTuber. Like the Deschutes, if it's a fin clipped steelhead is a good way to tell if it's a steelhead or a trout. Now, there is a difference, like, because colorations can tell you a lot. Like the bigger bucks get kind of like a hook jaw on the bottom, a little bit of a hook jaw on the bottom. Not a big hook jaw, but they'll get more like a hook jaw on the bigger male steelhead, and they'll be a lot darker color than the rainbows. And then like the hens, they'll be a darker color, but not as dark as the males. They'll become a darker color as well as the males, but they don't get nearly as dark as the males do. And yeah, basically size anything over 20 inches is considered steelhead, whether or not it is or is not. Yeah, the chrome ones do, but unfortunately for us, we don't get a lot of the chromies because we're so far inland. But the females will be more of if you're gonna see a chromie, it's gonna be more like a female steelhead. But the males are gonna be dark by the time they get up here. Still a tasty fish. A lot of people say, don't eat the dark steelheads. They call them a racist stripe is what they do. But so that's the best I can explain to you about them steelies. Is one, they're going to be bigger. Not all of them are going to have fin clip because we have the wild steelhead and we have the native steelhead and we have the fish hatchery steelheads that come up here. Coloration definitely going to tell you a lot. Because you'll get dark male steelhead or trout, but they won't be the same color dark as a dark steelhead is. So when we catch them, that'll be a good opportunity for me to show one off and show you the colorations, the difference in what they look like. You guys get chrome ones in Colorado? Wow. The only ones that come close to getting chrome here are the females, the hens. Yeah, that's very true, Blue. That is true. The steelhead do tend to be thinner than the big rainbows. That's very true. Very true. She was chrome, yeah. I've seen them now. Not real chrome, but I've seen chrome side. I mean, it's not like they're super chrome when they get up to my area. The females, like I said, are usually more chrome than the males. The males tend to get darker than the females do, from my experience, and the hens tend to be smaller. Although I've caught small males too, small bucks. All right, let's walk back upstream. We worked it across the river. I'll let you guys see that real quick. We're way over there again. When we've gotten both of our bumps on that side of the river. But we worked this side, we worked this side all the way down, and now we're working that side up. And both of our bumps have come on that side working up instead of working down. So hopefully, working our way up, we're going to get another bump. If not, then on the way back down, when we're working the middle a little bit better, maybe we'll get another bump. I don't know. I can only try. And basically, what we're going to do is we're going to take a few steps, and then we're going to stop and let it set. Take a few steps. Take a few steps, stop, and let it set for a minute. Or 2, or 3. Yeah, I wish I was catching too. I haven't gotten a fish yet today. I've had a couple bumps though. And like a lot of the smaller rivers, also to answer part of that question, Jarius, is like the smaller rivers, a 16-inch rainbow is considered a steelhead. So just to let you know that in Oregon, your smaller rivers, because this is a fairly decent sized river. No, I don't know what a flying sea is. Sorry. In Oregon, your smaller bodies of water, anything at 16 inches is considered a steelhead on your smaller rivers. But like the Deschutes River, that 20-inch fish is considered a steelhead. So, and like on this particular river, I've never caught in a 16-inch fin clip fish made by Maps. I've heard of Maps though. Those MIPS, a lot of people like the MIPS lures. So yeah, I'll have to check out the Flying Sea, I guess. So that's just kind of like a little drop of the size of the river we're fishing. I mean, it's not like as big as the Columbia River, but it's bigger than, let's say the Crooked River, if you know what the Crooked River is. It's here in Oregon, so. They work. Well, good to know, good to know. I'll have to check them out. The Flying Sea. Yeah, sturgeon fishing's always fun. Yeah, sturgeon fishing is always a fun day of catching when you can get them to bite, for sure. I definitely like sturgeon fishing. I definitely find that fun. Um, the coolest thing was when I got my brother into his 9-foot sturgeon on the Columbia River. That was fun. That was so much fun. A 9-foot sturgeon is a blast. But as far as fishing here on the Deschutes, I fish with spoons, spinners, beads, flies, plugs, and jigs. So I have an arrangement of different things, and I usually have 7 different rigs on me, but I usually only carry about 5 different things on me at a time, 5 different rods on me at a time. But when I'm side planing, I'm only carrying the 1 rod because this is how I'm fishing it. That's an old rod right there. I've been fishing it for a long time. You can't even find these IM7s anymore. These Air IM7s by Berkeley. It broke my heart when they stopped selling them. Yeah, some days you can get a lot of actions on them sturgeon there on the Columbia River for sure. And if the sturgeon aren't biting, there's always bass and pike minnow and everything else out there. No, I don't ever recall fishing the Umpqua. I fished the Rogue River once, but the Umpqua, I don't think I've ever fished the Umpqua River before. And I think the Umpqua is one of those ones that's got a good steelhead run all year round, isn't it? Because there's always fish coming in and going out, coming in and going out. And so is the Rogue River. They've always got fish coming in and going out, coming in and going out. Right? If I'm not mistaken, because those are coastal rivers that are right there on the coast. And they're bigger rivers too, aren't they? They're not the smaller streams or rivers. But the Columbia is just an amazing fishery for sure. I can't say enough about the Columbia River. They got a striper run on the Umpqua River, really? Wow. When are they running? I might need to go and try that out. I want to catch me a striper. I also got to catch me one of them wipers too. They got some place here in Oregon. They got wipers, but for whatever reason, I can't ever remember the name of the body of water that's got them. What time's the striper run good down there on the Umpqua? Yeah, Snake River. I've never been to the Snake River. It's one of those bucket list Oregon fisheries I need to go to. The North Umpqua has the most of the action, huh? That would just be cool to catch a striper, though. We have them back in Missouri, but we never really fish for them. Down towards the mouth. Well, maybe one of these days we'll make a plan to go down there and hopefully you can fish with us. And we can like go down there for 2 or 3 days or something and try and figure out the stripers. That would be cool. Using big swim baits for them, is that what you do? Or big spoons? Winchester Bay, nice. But are you guys using like big swim baits and stuff for them and spoons? Just curious, because from what I understand, them stripers, they like them big baits. They like cut bait, big baits, live bait. And plugs, yeah. Cool. That's something I need to do. Then, is that happening right now? The striper bite, or is that? Do they have a time of year where they're a better bite, or? See, and then we're just moving so many feet. We're not like moving like super far. We're taking a few steps, stopping, letting our plug sit there for a little bit, hoping that we just happen to get it in front of one and then boom. Then they want to eat it. Winchester Bay. I'm making my plans to go there next year. My plans for next year is to go see blue down in California. Now I'm adding Winchester Bay to my list of things to do. Yeah, that would be super cool to catch one though. Colorado, I hear the elk hunting over there in Colorado is second to none. That would be a fun trip, I think. Going elk hunting in Colorado. Get a hold of the tackle store, huh? All right. Cool. Colorado, though, I hear's got a elk country second to none. I've never been. Oh, I've passed through Colorado once, but never really spent any time there. I don't know what the DECC B units, Utes. Oh, the Deschutes? Yeah, I'm on the Deschutes. If that's what you're asking, yeah, I'm on the Deschutes River. All right, you guys, looks like we're gonna have to hook up our external battery pack. Getting low on battery, you guys. Got this really cool external battery pack that works really nice. When I'm live streaming this stuff, I'm not sponsored, by the way. I'm just to clarify, I'm not sponsored, you guys. But got this Anchor external battery pack. Dynamite, dude. I think I'm gonna go buy a few more for like my camping trips and stuff like that. I think they're a good investment. Hook you guys up to the external battery pack so I don't lose you guys. They are nice because you can go out hunting and charge your batteries and stuff like that. And when you're a YouTuber like I am, you can keep on live streaming and recording while you're doing your thing, you know. So it makes it nice. It really truly does. Right now we're at 100% battery life, so we'll see what happens and how long it lasts. Last time I charged my phone completely up while I was live streaming. By that time, it's time for me to get off my live stream, though. Anyways, Nice, biggest elk of the year. I got so close this year. The closest bull I got to was 50 yards away, but he would not come out. He was just like toying with me, sticking his tongue out at me, saying, nah, 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 nah. I'm not gonna stick my body out there into the kill zone so you can take me home and eat me. It was so cool though, because they were talking to me, I was talking to them, and man, that day I talked to 6 bulls and saw 3 bulls. So that was a pretty special day of elk hunting for me. I got 2 within 100 yards of me, got one within 300 yards of me, and then the one at 50 yards. So I got 4. I got to see 4 bull. Well, one I didn't see him, but the other 3 I seen. But the one was definitely 100 yards away from me, so that was cool. Nice. That's cool. The excellent bull. It sounds like excellent bull. See, when I go out elk hunting, though, I'm not hunting for horns. I'm hunting for meat. You know, it just so happens that day just happened to be my day to get into the bulls. You know, that was so much fun. So much fun. The other trips, all I seen were cows. You know, I didn't see any bulls the other trips, but well, actually, I seen one bull on my way to my hunting spot, but I was driving and couldn't get out and get a shot at him or anything. So, yo, Mackie, what's going on? Now I'm in Oregon. Fishing for some stillies. I'm on the Deschutes River, the mighty Deschutes River, you guys. Such a beautiful spot, for real. Of course, I got you guys looking at my ugly mug instead of looking at the river. A little funny there. But yeah, the guy we're talking to about elk is in Colorado. I want to go. I hear that Colorado elk hunting is second to none. So I want to go. I want to go do some elk hunting in Colorado. That would be fun. So much fun. Like this year, I done quite a few solo hunts for elk here in Oregon, and it was fun. Just tons of fun. That's what I do as a bow hunt. I bow hunt for elk. I bow hunt for deer. I do some rifle hunting for deer. I don't think I've ever rifle hunted an elk a day in my life, so. You know, you watch all these hunting channels and they make it look like it's so easy to get a bull elk while you're bow hunting and you're using a call and stuff. Well, let me be the first to tell you, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. I mean, they tell you, oh, you can go out and kill you a nice buck. You use this Primo's call or you use this other off-name brand call, and they're like, oh, you go out there and you talk to them and they'll come right into you and you just, boom, and it's over with. No. I've been hunting too long to know it's not that easy. I've yet to kill an elk. And I've been hunting elk for what, 20 years or so. I've yet to kill an elk. I've gotten close 5 times. So it's not like I haven't gotten close to killing an elk, but I've yet to kill one. So it's not as easy as they put it out there to be. Yeah, they do make it look way too easy. It's just not that easy. I mean, I've got a buddy who says, you know, he's been elk hunting longer than I have, and he's never killed one. And then he goes and tells me, man, I don't think bow hunting's for me. They make it look way too easy for killing an elk bow hunting because they're in the rut and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, It's not that easy. If it's that easy, I'd get an elk every year. Because I bow hunt, and you know, usually when you bow hunting, it's in the rut. You know, it's just not that easy. Yeah, that's what I hear. I just hear so much good stuff about the elk hunting over there in Colorado. I mean, it's like everybody makes it sound like it's like the the most amazing hunting, and you know. And so I want to go over there. I want to go over there and do it. I mean, that would just be like crazy to go to another state and hunt an elk, even if I don't shoot one. You know, it's just the fact of being out there. You know, way it's just way too much fun. And people say it's work when you get an animal. Yeah, it's work, but in my opinion, it's a labor of love. It's not work. It's what I love to do. It's I've packed out elk for other people, helped pack out elk for other people. It is just a lot of fun. You go out there and hunt an animal and enjoy the time. You know, it's a lot of times it's not even about getting an animal. A lot of times it's just about being out there and spending your time trying to outsmart the animal. You know, this year I thought I had him. I mean, to have that many bulls within that close, you know. Granted that two were within 100 yards out of bow range. One was at 300 yards out of bow range. One was in bow range at 50 yards, but he would not step out. I mean, that's just the way it goes sometimes, you know. It was like so much fun to be out there, put all that hard work and effort into it, and to come that close to getting one was just it was amazing, you know. Truly was. Trying to get my tripod set up someplace where it's not going to flop over while I'm talking to you guys. But yeah, I definitely would like to try to do that within the next couple of years. But like I said, I'm just a broke YouTuber, so yeah, I'd like to catch a chromer too. Trust me, I spent plenty of time chasing them chromers too. You know, it's just for whatever reason, I've caught plenty of steelhead, so you know, steelhead or steelhead. And right now I'm trying to catch a steelhead. Got my rod out there in the river. Woo, woo. I lost my. Yeah, it's right over there. Okay. Yeah. So I'd like to get a steelhead for you guys today. I've hooked. I've had 2 bumps. I didn't hook them. I've had 2 bumps today. You know, and that's part of fishing is, you know, you just never know. I'd like to think I'm gonna get another bump. I like to think I'm gonna get another bump, but you just never know, you guys. So I'm live streaming, I'm fishing, I'm talking, I'm doing everything I can to catch one, but just for whatever reason they're not committed. So, but yeah, someday Colorado is going to be the spot to go try and get an elk. I'd like to get an Oregon elk though too, so. Well, the reason why I'm not trying casting right now is because I've had 2 bumps on this setup, and I've been doing all casting videos the last couple of times I've been out. So today I just tried doing this, and so far, I mean, I've had 2 bumps. So right now I'm just trying this. I might go to some casting gear But right now I'm just doing this. I've already got it out there. It takes a lot of effort to put it out and bring it in. So I'm just trying to give this a good honest chance, and I've had 2 bumps on it. So that's pretty much why I'm not doing the casting stuff right now. I've yet to work the middle of the river. I've worked this side of the river down. I've worked part of the other side of the river. So I still have the middle I haven't even worked yet. So I may end up getting bumped in the middle. I don't know. I mean, people have seen me, they see me lose a fish on Tuesday when I was casting. I mean, that's just fishing for you, you know? I want to say I'm going to get to the casting stuff during this live stream, but I'm still working on. So yeah, I want to work the middle yet, and I want to finish working that side before I go to casting gear. Yeah, that's true. It is. It is about having fun while waiting for the steelhead to slam the plug, for sure. And you know, I've thrown Panther Martins. I've thrown a lot of Panther Martins during live streams. I mean, I fish so much jigs and spoons and spinners already that I was ready to give this a shot. And that's why I'm doing this. Trust me, I've exhausted my resources on throwing everything else. This is really the only thing I haven't done. And that's why I've gone to doing this. Tuesday I hooked a nice fish. I lost it. I mean, I've hooked several fish on live streams this year, and I've lost them. I've had 2 bumps today. I mean, Panther Martins are a great way to fish. Great way to fish. I've caught a lot of steelhead on Panther Martins. Caught a lot of steelhead on blue foxes. A lot of them on stillies. A lot of them on jig and bobber. I've caught steelhead not using a bobber at all with a jig. It's just, I feel like in order for me to continue doing the different types of fishing that I do, I have to throw this in there. I've yet to do it this year. I'm doing it now. All right, man. We'll catch you on another live stream. Saturday when I'm live streaming, I'll be throwing Panther Martins and spoons. Just to let you know, I will be doing that. I'm probably going to do it at some time today, but I want to work both sides of the river with this first. I've just got to finish the stretch up, and then I'm going to go down the middle, and I'll be ready to switch riggings. But it's going to take time to do that because there's so much river to do, so much river to fish. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully you'll join us again. Hopefully you join us again. So y'all be sure to join us on Saturday. We'll be live again. I'll probably have the chesty so I can make some content. I've got some content coming from Tuesday's video that I shot with the chesty. So it may not excite you guys, but I've got some content coming out. So I probably should have edited it yesterday and put it out on Friday. So I might edit it tomorrow morning before I go to work and then put it out tomorrow. I might not. Just have to wait and see, you guys. Like I said, it's nothing too exciting, but it's still fishing, and I hooked up a couple fish, so yeah. Take a few steps, stop, set it there in a spot for a minute, and take some more steps. Part of the reason why I like this style of fishing at times is because I can fish this way and cover a lot of water. I'm not going to cover it really fast, but I can still cover a lot of water doing this. So it makes it, because I don't have a lot of patience, so I'm constantly moving, and so it kind of helps me out with my ability to be a little more patient without being patient, because I'm constantly moving. I'm not just staying in one spot for too long. So, you guys, I mean, it's just kind of how I am. I don't do good with I'm not real patient. I constantly have to be moving. That's why casting gear works so good for me, because I'm constantly doing something. I'm not just sitting. I may be standing in one spot, but I'm constantly, moving. So that's what casting works for me. But this also works for me because I'm not just standing in one spot. I'm constantly moving. So it helps with my ability, because I'm not able to stay in one spot for too long. I'm not able to sit still. Not able to sit still is what I'm trying to say. Part of the hard problem about kayak fishing is I'm sitting still. I may not be sitting in one spot, but I'm sitting on a kayak for hours on end. It makes it hard. No, I haven't. I should, but I haven't, no. Plunking for salmon is okay. It's not my favorite way to fish. Personally, I like to be doing casting gear for salmon, drifting eggs or corkies, or I like to drift fish for them. I'm not much of a plunker, because then I'm just kind of sitting there waiting for the fish, and So it's kind of hard for me to just plunk. I like to be moving. Cast, drill, cast, drill. I can stand in one spot for hours as long as I'm casting and reeling. But just cast out there and sit there and wait for hours on end. It's hard for me. I don't like sitting still. It's hard. I've done plenty of that, but personally, I prefer to do this, constantly moving, kind of thing. That's why you see me. You know, I'm pretty much. This is basically like plunking, but without the staying in one spot. You know, I'm putting it out there, and then I'm moving up river, down river, in between. So, yeah. If anybody's been steelhead fishing, or they've been salmon fishing, or they've been fishing where it takes a lot of time and patience, they know where I'm at right now. They know what I'm doing. They know that it's a patience game at times. You know, you can work hard as you want. You know, it doesn't mean they're gonna bite. So it's kind of like one of those games of patience is key, but I can be patient without staying in one spot. I can continue to fish. I mean, and you can consider this a type of plunking, because you're literally just setting your line out there and fishing, but it's so much more than that because you're covering more water than plunking. I tried doing this on the Columbia River, but it was just too much turbulence for the side planer. And like if you go down to Shears Falls, if you got one of them plugs on there, just throw it out there. As long as there ain't nobody drifting, you can get away with doing it like this, but without the side planer. You're just throwing it out there with no weight or nothing, and just letting it do its thing in the water. A lot of people do it with like 6 ounces of weight or something as well. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that fish down there, but there's another steelhead. This is a different rock than what I was showing you guys earlier. Oh yeah, I can definitely see that fish better right here. You see that dark spot down there? That's a steelhead laying right there in front of that rock. And he's not really laying, he's just kind of, I know you guys can see that fish. I can see it plain as day through the camera. No, fishing more than I am catching. But there's a steelhead right there. I can't really point it out to you, but you can see it moving. It's that dark spot right there. Oh, he's gone now. He was just sitting there. Oh, there you go. There you go. You guys can see that fish, right? Check out that steelhead. He just swam off. Look, 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 look. Look at that beautiful fish, guys. Look at it. Look at it. check that out, y'all. If I was closer, I could get a better picture of it, I think, but I ain't that close. I ain't that close to the river, but I know you guys can see that fish. Oh yeah. Beautiful fish though. Check that out, y'all. Check that steelhead out. Just laying there. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and share. See, if I was closer to the water, you guys would be able to see that a lot better, but I ain't that close to the water. And I don't have no pole to set my rod up in. But check that out, you guys. Nice steelhead just kind of chilling right there. Look at him. Yeah, I know you guys can see that dark spot moving down there. Check that out, you guys. Sweet. May not be catching, but definitely recording. Definitely live streaming. Well, that's a plus for you guys. I tried to show you guys that one earlier, but you guys couldn't see it, so I may try to work my way down there so I can get you guys closer to it. Let's see if we can't work our way closer to it so you guys get a better view of that steelhead laying there. That's one thing about steelhead, is if you know where to look for them, you can find them and see them. You guys, doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get them to bite, but you can find them and see them. All right, let's get this. See him? See him? See if I can't zoom out and get a better. You guys see him? He's right there in front of that rock. Beautiful steelhead. Check him out. Just chilling, minding his own business, hoping that my hook don't hit him in the snout. That's pretty cool, you guys. I think it is anyways. Guys get to watch a steelhead just chilling there. Look at him. Look at that beautiful fish, guys. I know it's not the most clearest picture, but I know you guys can see him. See if we can get this set up where we can. I want to see if I can get my rod set up to where I can stand up on something. Okay, let's see if we can't get closer for you guys. See if we can't get a better picture for you guys. Check him out, dude. Check that fish out. Check him out. Check him out, you guys. We're gonna see if we can't get closer. Hopefully my rod don't fly, y'all. Cause see, I got my rod standing right there. I'm not holding it. Hopefully it don't. Hopefully nothing terrible happens to my rod. Oh, where'd he go? Oh, there he is. He's still there. He's just closer in. He was. Let's see if we can't get down here. Get a better, even better look at him. Check him out, you guys. Check that fish out, you guys. Who needs a cameraman, huh? Definitely not me. Check that fish out, you guys. Whew. That's a beaut. We're gonna try to see if we can't get even closer to it without flopping in. Check out that fish, you guys. Where'd he go? I can't see him. The lighting's just different down here. Well, the lighting definitely isn't better down here. He's still there though. I can see him without the camera. But with the camera, I'm having a hard time seeing him. So you guys got to see that fish, and now I got too close, and now I can't hardly pick him up at all with the camera because of the lighting. So we're gonna get back up off of here, so I can get back to taking care of my rod, so it don't go flopping down and stuff like that. But I just want to share that with you guys, since I could try to get a better view for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the view, because I did. I enjoyed watching that fish for as long as I got to watch him. Gotta adjust my tripod legs so I can get out of this mess, you guys. So now you guys know that they do exist. They do exist. So now you guys know that they do exist. Woo-hoo. There he is, plain as day, just swimming as big as he can be. That's nice. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and share. Appreciate it, you guys. That was a workout to get onto that fish, to show him to you guys halfway decently. I mean, still, I feel like that just wasn't a good enough view, because I mean, you can't really see everything about him, but you can definitely see him, you guys. Check that out. Woohoo! Check it, check it. I'm going to have to edit that and make a short out of that. I got to remember that 183 on the clock, you guys. 183 on the clock. So, how'd you guys like seeing that? Being that I can't get one to bite, at least I can get them, get you guys a halfway decent look at them anyways. See? He's still there, just chilling. Chilling like a major villain. And he is a villain because he's not biting. He is my arch nemesis. Haha. How cool is that, guys? You guys saw it good for like 30 seconds. I'm sorry. I tried to get it good for you guys for longer. But at least you guys got to see it, right? And you guys know I ain't just full of BS. Whew. That's an absolute beautiful fish, though. Absolutely beautiful fish. See, that's the one thing about steelhead fishing, is if you know where to look, you can see them. Doesn't mean you're going to get them to bite, but you can definitely see them. I mean, there's been many times when I'm down here on the river, fishing like crazy, walk up to a spot, look to see if there's a fish there, and my lure could have hit them in the nose 20 times, and just they weren't interested. So that's just one of those things about steelhead fishing, you know. You can hit them in the nose. If they're not going to bite, they're not going to bite. I mean, I had 2 bumps this morning. I had 2 bumps this morning and missed both of them, so they're there. It's just bumping them and landing them has been the issue. Just the issue. Just the issue. Fishing at its finest, y'all. Fishing at its finest. And we'll just keep moving. Who knows when we're going to find that one bump that's going to pay off. Get that one bump that's going to pay off and be all worth it. Thank you guys for liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing. We appreciate it, you guys. If it wasn't for you guys, there wouldn't be no channels like this. We wouldn't be doing this kind of stuff. Just a beautiful, beautiful scene to see that fish sitting there, laying there, and being able to show you guys that fish. And I know you guys can see it because I could see it through the camera. I just couldn't as good as I would have liked to have. People always honking at me. They know who I am. One thing they don't realize is a lot of them, they don't realize that I'm YouTubing. And they'll still drive by and beep, beep. Once in a while, they'll stop by and say, "You catch any fish?" Sometimes yes, sometimes no. So, yeah, there we go. I just want one to bump that I'm going to be able to reel in for you guys. You know, I want that one bump that I'm going to be able to land a fish for you guys. Thanks, Guy, for always commenting, man. I appreciate that. It makes live streaming easier when you're not catching anything, when you got people commenting and stuff. It really does. Pretty soon we'll be back to trout fishing during the winter time. After the steelhead season closes, we'll be back to trout fishing for them big old honkers out there at Haystack Reservoir and Ochco Reservoir and Prineville Reservoir. Soon enough, soon enough. Yeah, I think sometimes the wife gets angry at me because she's like, you spend all that time and all that effort out there fishing, and you don't bring no fish home. Well, unfortunately, that's not my choice. Sometimes the fish don't cooperate. They don't cooperate, I can't bring no fish home. And she gets tired of all the laws and regulations, too. I don't blame her there, because sometimes them laws and regulations depend on if we're eating or not, you know? Because sometimes when you really want to fish and you finally catch that fish, then law subsection B divided by 12 divided by E squared Z, you know, in your regulation book says, you got to let that one go. And it's like, really? But laws are there to protect them, though. Nice, way to go, Sky. I'm glad you caught I'm glad you caught one this morning. Sweet. I should have had 2 fish today too myself. I feel like just the way it is, you know. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and when you do lose, it's like, ah, no. Why me? Why me? Yeah. I'm bound to run into one that I'm going to cook right here on the bank, though. I'm looking forward to the catch and cook this year, though. I always like doing the catch and cooks here on the bank of the river. It's always fun. Always fun. Always on the fun side of life, for sure. Catch and cooks are cool because then you get to share what you're eating with folks. And if you're like David, you grab your fork and your plate and your napkin and you get ready, even though you're not going to be able to eat that fish or taste that fish or any of that stuff. But David, he's just cool that way. He's just cool that way. He'll grab his fork and his plate, get ready to be dished out, just to get a whole lot of nothing on his plate. But that's cool, though. It means he's got a good sense of humor. Isn't that what they did? Isn't that what the principal did on Peanuts with Charlie Brown? Because you couldn't understand what the principal was saying. I sure am liking this new battery pack, though. This new external battery pack, man. It's like every time I move, I'm on a slant. So now I gotta reposition the camera. What up, wife? What was the yellow bird? I don't know no yellow bird. Are you saying that the bumps I got this morning was a yellow bird? I don't think so. Those were fish. Those aren't birds. Oh, okay. Peanuts, okay. Gotcha. The yellow birds went wah, 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 is what the wife is saying. For some reason, I always thought it was the principal, not the bird. How you doing, wife? I'm glad you could join the channel. Glad you could join us on a live stream edition. Live stream edition. Are you going to go watch a movie today, wife? I hope so. Maybe you'll bring me some goodies back from town when you're done watching a movie. See this? This wants some goodies from town. Right here. It wants some goodies from town, dear. Maybe some foo-foo coffee or some chocolate or some popcorn or something. I don't know. Well, hopefully the cats are keeping you company and keeping you warm, then, dear. I did have 2 bumps this morning, dear, but I didn't hook either one of the fish. Sorry. I know you would really like to eat some fish, but the omega fatty acids aren't cooperating with the hooks. Sorry. The wife has an obsession with omega fatty acids. She really does. Could be that native blood she got going on in her, though. See, I move and then the different slants of the ground. Yeah, you're mad again. I know. You always get mad when I don't catch the fish. But, you know, sometimes it's better to have missed than to lost than to count than to something or other, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought I'd rant and rave a little bit there. I'm just glad you joined us on the live stream, dear. So sweet of you to join us every time. Your emojis, oh no, mad, and then the glasses with the smile. I like your emojis. Hey, what's up, Ron? What's going on? Glad you could join us. How'd you like that rock decoy, bud? Those rock decoys, man, they're hard to reel in. You think you got a fish, but it's a rock decoy. Them fish decoys are funnier to catch than them rock decoys. Why'd you send me a rock decoy, man? That didn't make no sense at all. That didn't make no sense at all. Glad you could join us, Ron. Glad you could join us. See, every angle of it different. Yeah, I imagine they do cost a lot to ship for sure. The wife, when she saw that rock decoy, she's like, I can't cook that. There's no way you can make that thing taste good. Well, that may be true, but regardless, no matter how you cook it, it's going to break your teeth. Break your teeth. No matter how you fix a rock decoy, it's going to break your teeth. No doubt about that. Yep. See, my wife's a former dental assistant, so she don't like broken teeth. She don't like broken teeth. So rock cods are not her friend when it comes to cooking and eating. Oh. Tripod wanted to go for a tumble, I think. I almost did too. All right, you guys, I'm gonna start working my way back down now. I worked that side pretty good. I think it's time to work the middle. I think it's time to work the middle and start working that thing closer in. So we're gonna get it to about the middle-ish and start working the middle. And then if we don't get nothing, we might put it back across one more time just to give it a try, or we may just reel it in and try something else. But we've been live streaming for quite a while, so. I've hooked a lot of fish in the middle over the years, so hopefully we're gonna hook something in the middle. All right, you guys, we're ready to work the middle. We'll see if we can get that side planer dialed in here on the. That way you guys can keep an eye on it while we walk. I don't know how well that's gonna work because I gotta try to do the walking and the side planing and the talking and everything else in between. So we'll see what happens, you guys. Boy, I'm glad you guys decided to join us today. It's been a good live stream so far. Maybe not catching, but hey, we definitely had a couple bumps though. See, if I had my chesty, I'd work it a totally different way. I wouldn't quite work it the way I'm working it, but this is working a little bit different than what I normally would if I was if I had my chesty, because if I had my chesty, I wouldn't have to hold the camera and try to reel and do everything in between. So we're not gonna walk down as slow as when we were walking up, because I feel like, you know, we'll get bumped no matter what. If we're gonna get bumped, it's just there's so much to work over there on that other side. I wanted to make sure that I took my time with it. Go ahead and set it down for a minute. See, after I'm done doing the live stream, then it'll take me an hour to edit the short out for that steelhead that I'll let you guys watch there for a moment. So it'll take me a long time to try to edit it out of that live stream because there's so much footage to try to look at. I sure would like to get a short out of it though today, for sure. So as soon as I'm done with the live stream, I get to work on making a short for you guys of that fish. For those who didn't get to watch the live stream, they'll get to watch the short of the live stream. Because that should be a highlighted thing, you know? Highlighted thing. Yo, yo. Uh-huh. Well, so far it's been slow in the middle. So far. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Keeping it up. Keeping it up. Trying to get something. Trying to get something. There's nothing chilling. Hadn't happened yet. Had those 2 bumps early, and then so far it's been, yeah, I don't think so. The rest of the time. I feel like the disappointment of missing those 2 fish is just the way it goes. You know, well, that was something. Didn't bump it very good though. But that was something. Didn't even bump it long enough for me to set the hook, so I didn't even have to swing and miss. Starting to feel like I've got like a piece of grass or something on the side planer. But we'll continue working down the middle. Unless that plug starts bouncing on top, we're not pulling it in until we either get a fish on or we're done putting it out there. So. But thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate that. We're about done with the live stream edition, I think, for today. But we're going to finish this drift before we call it a day, though. So, and that might be another 20 minutes for all I know. It just really depends how fast I decide to work it. So. Have you guys caught any steelhead this year? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Have you guys caught any steelhead this year? Hopefully I don't flop it going down this steep bank. It's a very good possibility that could happen. See, now we're going down the bank to go around the trees that I was telling you about earlier. And we got to go back up the bank. Set you guys right there for a moment. All right, I'm back. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Woo. Almost had a great fall there. Almost. Whew. That was a close one. I would say we worked this river pretty good today on this with the side planer. We've had 2 bumps. Can't complain about that. But no landing. Nothing landed, so kind of the way it goes sometimes. We'll finish working this middle and then we're gonna get off this live stream, you guys. I hate to get off of live stream when I've got a good views, and I'm getting some pretty good views, but you know. Oh, ducks down below me talking. I'm like, what's that noise? That was just ducks down below. Can't see them because they're in front of weeds. They don't want to be on camera. They're camera shy. But I'm going to have a lot of work to do to try and find that short clip that I want to put out during the live feed. So I know it happened at about 182, but it won't show up that way in on the when I go to look at it. It'll show up so many hours, and I'll have to try to figure out where that is. So you guys may not get it today. It may take a while to find it, but I do have short videos I can put out for today. So I want to. If I really want to. All right, you guys. All right, you guys. I'm trying not to get off here because I want to still live stream, but I want to get off here because, well, I'm ready to just fish and try to find that clip. So it's kind of one of those throws up in the air on getting off, because you never know, that bite could happen 2 seconds after I get off a live stream. You never know. It's just like, you know. But oh, there you guys go. You guys can see the side planer now. But anywho, we have fished this stretch. Fish on, you guys, fish on. Yes, fish on. I told you any minute now, there could be a fish on. We got one. We got one. Yes, sir. We got a fish on. You guys, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Fish on, fish on. Fish on, yes. Oh my goodness. Now we got to get down here, get the tripod set up, and fight the fish. Okay, we're gonna detach the external battery pack, so that's one less thing for us to have to worry about tripping over and stuff. Fish on, you guys. Fish on. Yes. Oh, come on, baby. Don't you come off there. Don't you come off there, baby. Come on, let's go. Good fish, good fish. Oh, good fish. Good fish, you guys. Good fish, yo. Oh, you guys. Let's go. Let's go. Fish on. Fish on. Oh, third bump, finally hooked the fish. You guys, let's go. Oh. You guys, let's go. This is crazy. Trying to do this. I got the tripod between my legs, got a fish on, trying to rein in without dropping the tripod and everything else. See, that's where a chesty comes in real handy. I'm trying to get this tripod set up to where you guys can see what I'm doing, and I can fight this fish and everything. Okay, I think we got a good grasp on it, and side planer's way down there yet, but I hooked him way out there, so that don't surprise me none. Whew. You guys, let's go. Let's go. Let's go, you guys. Let's go. Yes. Oh, hours and hours of fishing, and finally we're hooked up, baby. Let's go. Oh my goodness. You want to talk about telling you guys, oh, it could happen anytime, and then we're hooked up. Ah, let's go. Let's go, you guys. So remember, when you're fighting a fish, point the rod tip the way you want it to go. Come on, let's go. Yes. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Fish on, fish on, fish on. Woohoo! Nice fish, nice fish. It ain't got the size, but nice, beautiful trout, you guys. Look at that beautiful trout. Look at her. Nice hen. You guys, check that out. And that's a beautiful way to end the day. You guys. Beautiful way to end the live stream with a beautiful, beautiful trout, you guys. It ain't no steelhead, but hey, we'll take what we can get after the grind we've had today. You guys, check that beautiful trout out. Not a steelhead, but I'm happy to have her on the line. It's a hen. You can tell by the coloration and the mouth. She's a hen. All right, you guys, let's see if we can't get this fish off and not drop our phone and stuff in the drink. All right. Trying to get a good place to get a I don't have water boots on me or anything, so there, that should work. That should work. We're gonna put it right there. We're gonna bring that fish right in here. Right in here. And we're gonna take her off and release her. Whoa! See, we're keeping her in the water. We don't wanna hurt her, you know, we wanna keep her in the water. Stress her out as little as possible, because if she's in the water, she's less likely to be all stressed out. Let's get her popped off here. No. Hey, guys, let's go. Later, sweetheart. I didn't get to kiss her. No. She's gone, though. She's swimming off perfectly healthy. Kept her in the water. Got to touch the beautiful girl, and she's gone. You guys. What? You guys, check that out. She truly was a beautiful fish. Truly a beautiful fish. So if she was in between the 10 to 13 inches, we could have kept her. But she was over. You know, a solid 14, 15 inch fish. You guys. Thank you, wife. I appreciate that. I was hoping it was going to be a steelhead, you know. You just never know when they hit, if they're going to be a steelhead or a trout or whatever be the case. But luckily for us, we got to catch a beautiful one before we ended the live stream. But, you know, we're going to take what we can get. That's a plus for us, because we got a decent little hen. But I think we're going to go ahead and end that live stream right there at that. And we'll make a short out of that, and we'll put it out, because it'll be easier to find that than it will be to find that steelhead. But, you know, thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate it here at G-Man Fishing. You know what we're going to say. Remember to catch, kiss, and release the fish once in a while. It ensures a future fishery for all. I'm sorry if you guys missed that fish. What a beautiful ending. We're not done fishing. We're just done live streaming. So if we get anything, we'll let you guys know one way or another. Y'all, thanks for joining us. This is G-Man Fishing. Thanks for all your love and support, you guys. We appreciate it. Till next time, we are out.